think a little bit, too, about becoming a person who can create your own crisis. Now, that may sound a little paranoid, right? And it is. No, Andy Grove wrote a book some time ago about only the paranoid survive, or words to that effect. I think he's right. They really do want you. They really are after you. So you have to be a little paranoid. I'm just telling it like it is. Y'all just invited me to come in here, and I'm doing my job, and I'm just telling you what I think. Several years ago, when I had on my AT&T hat, I was invited to come to talk to the fellows out in California. They beat me up pretty bad. At that time, I was involved in material shipments out of these factories, and I know because I've dealt with your company, and your company knows how to pull out that whipping stick pretty good too. But they beat me up pretty bad, and I was riding home that afternoon, crossed the San Mateo Bridge, and got to the hotel. And I was staying at the Marriott Hotel, the 15th floor of the Marriott Hotel. As you know, that hotel overlooks a body of water. And I was just about ready to plop down in my chair, because I was whipped. I mean, they had really put me through the ringer, and turned on the television. And I turned it on, and I heard, building in the background, this slow rumbling sound. And I said, that must be coming from the television. That's what I said. I said, that must be coming from the television. And but then it got louder, and it got louder, and it got louder, and started coming closer and closer. And then I realized, what a bad situation here. What a terrible set of circumstances. Here I am. I've never lived, furthest west I've ever lived is in St. Louis. And I'm here in the middle of the San Francisco earthquake. That's a bad thing to happen. And there I was on the floor of this hotel, and looking out the window, the power of, if you've never been in an earthquake, the power of an earthquake is just incredible. The noise is just deafening. And I was looking out the window trying to get my bearings, and I could see the image in that window really just shifting left and right. The building was being wrenched violently from its foundation. Windows were blown out, pictures thrown off the wall. I was thrown to the floor. And I remember a friend of mine from California said, now look, if you're ever in an earthquake and you get in the middle of it, he says, you got to get in the doorway. And I got in the doorway. I got in there, brother, and I'm hanging on like this. I said, whoa, man, I'm going to hang on here. This earthquake is, I'm just hanging on here. And I said, what the heck am I hanging on this doorway? I said, if this building goes down, this doorway is going, and I'm going with it. I'm going with it, too. And so, but I hung on anyway, because that's the best hope I had. So I'm hanging on, and I did what we always do in crisis. You know what you do in crisis? I don't care if you're an atheist. In crisis, you're going to get your hands up, and you're going to say, Lord, if you just will stay with me, if you just do get me through this, I'll do everything I'm supposed to do. I'll be good to people. I'll get all my jobs done on time, but just get me through this one. And you know what? It worked. It worked. It worked. Got me through that, baby. And I'm going to tell you something else. But my point here is my point. Why do we have to have an earthquake or a crisis before we do stuff that we know we ought to do? You know, in this company, you know what you ought to be doing. You sit around and wait for the competition to do something, and by that time, the last noise you hear before you vaporize is the competition going by you. So I'm saying, if you're talking about your career and what this company needs, you need to be a person who can create your own little crisis and say, I need to do this now. Let me get on and do it. Get on and do it.